Hey, what's up, Serge? Thanks so much for this call, man. I'd like for you, if you will, to talk from a high level to
Hmm.
the people who may not be interested in launching an agency, but would rather simply implement this into our existing service-based professional business. Like for instance, I'm a estate planning, wealth preservation attorney, practice estate
Yep.
planning law. And I'm interested in the system to really attract and convert more clients without adding headcount and those kind of things. Can you speak to on a high level about like those who want to take that approach rather than I'm trying to go find 100 clients to do this for their businesses?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, perfect. The way that we like to do things is like we always like to start with like, okay, who's doing 10 times better than you currently in your market? Right? That's where we start. What does success look like? And then we want to just use what? Find the truth around what? Is it that their messaging is completely different from yours? Is it that they're advertising in a specific area? Is it that they're calling out a specific ICP that's different? Is it that they're talking about a different pain point? Perfect. What does their funnel look like? How are they converting people? Once people come in, do they qualify themselves? What type of funnel they have? Application funnel? Do they just watch a video? Do they convert? Okay, perfect. Once the funnel is in, what does their backend team look like? Is it that they have a team of people reaching out to every single person who applies in less than 5 minutes, or do they have an AI SDR? And so forth and so forth. You want to start with a mental model of like what does perfection look like? And then from there we gather insights around what this is what perfection looks like and this is what the infrastructure that allows that perfection to exist looks like. Messaging, assets, systems, these AI agents. Okay, perfect. Cook would be more you would use the truth, find the insights, then you would what? Use Cook to build the assets. Now, once you have the assets, now you have something that can what? Can what produce the inputs that result in the outputs you deserve. So, as an example, to run $1 million a year business, you probably need $1 million worth of a certain amount of inputs, a certain amount of content, a certain amount of ads, a certain playbook around converting leads into appointments and from appointments into deals. And that
Mhm.
results into what? Into the $1 million infrastructure that you've built. This is phase one. Phase two, though, is once you have the infrastructure, now it's a game of optimization. Well, traditionally, the reason why even when you have once you have the infrastructure, if you do it right, it ends up being a lot of systems and a lot of inputs from so many channels. So how do you, one, keep track of the data? Two, read it, synthesize what it means, and then turn it into what? Into a new input into what? The machine, right? So now that we have this infrastructure and you have people coming in, you have appointments, you're getting on these appointments, people are telling you this, they're telling you no. Okay, perfect. What about those that said yes? What was it? Oh, they said this, they were this type of person, already bought this, or they already invested, they own X amount of homes, they make $500,000 a year. Oh, this is interesting. Hey, we think you should what? Only be talking to people making $500,000 a year. All right, say less. Go change all the ads. Go change all the headlines. Go change all the nurture sequence this week. Go change the piece of content we're going to release so that it talks to who? To the person who just gave us money. If I can summarize for an existing business, first go look at someone who's already killing it, understand the infrastructure, then build it. With what? AI. Once you have that infrastructure, then it's a game of like a feedback loop. I take in stuff, I understand. Is it success? Is it failure? Okay, let me double down on success. Then let's go build new inputs in our system to create what? A better output the next time around. And then the beautiful part is an AI employee is maybe going to what? Be handling your marketing. One of them is going to be looking at your appointments, just taking that in. Maybe you train it on how to think better based on how, the top performers or people in the 1% are doing. Um, this is kind of like the steps of really using AI to excel in the current operations you have. It's find better, build better, and then optimize, but do it with AI so that you don't have to go hire people that tell you that they can do it for you, but actually they're actually pretty incompetent because they don't
Mhm.
have enough data to know what works.
Right, right. Okay.
Make sense?
Makes perfect sense. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Love it. Cool. Awesome. By the way, one of the things that I always tell to people who are currently already operating something in specific professions is that once you figure this out for yourself, by the way, you've built something that other people just like you
Huh.
would pay 5 grand a month for forever. That to me is a game that's exciting. Because as much as it is, a good game to play, wealth and just managing, getting more wealthy people and helping them, whatever, that's good. But then you're still dealing with humans who are the sales cycle is long. You like actually got to figure out you're dealing with a lot of uncontrollables, but
Hmm.
selling a system to someone like you that you understand their pain points and you know how much money they're making, you know how much money they're losing out on, you're actually solving a real pain. Oh, now it's just a question of like build it for yourself, go get attention, and just rinse and repeat.
There we go.
This is the real game. This here is like, this is how you build the real wealth, right? You build a business around solving business problems because literally this becomes an easy math. Let's say there is 50,000 people just like you. It's a market of, 50,000 professionals like you. You don't need 50,000 to buy this system. Even if you get 100 of them per year times 5K a month, that's 500K a month.
Hmm.
And guess what? Someone will see this business. It's not a gigantic business, but they may be like, wow, this is really amazing. You already have the distribution, you already have these relationships, you already have the data, you already have these agents working. We would love to acquire this business. You can exit it if you want, or you can just what? Say, F it. I'm gonna go stack it to what? 500 of them per month. And then they work on your business. They work on your infrastructure. And this, for me, the reason why we have people going into these verticals, this is really the game we're on. Like, we don't really care about it's cool to build the this, to build. Nah, but what I care about is I want to own the thing, the AI labor that makes other people rich. They will never, how do you stop paying something 5K when it makes you 50K per month? You simply don't. You keep paying it. That's the insurance policy. Insurance policy is not who can build AI content. That's stupid. It's I do it for so many people that I have this data that then this agent uses to get better. Because that's a beautiful thing. These things are recursive. You don't even need to tell them how to get better. They'll look at the machine, they'll look at the data and be like, whoa, this is a better conversion rate. This person bought faster. Hey guys, we got to change all the skills to match what works. You have to own the thing that improves on its own and then rent it out. Just like people rent homes, just like people rent everything. This is the real game. And this is why for us, we believe that it's a race to owning the asset that drives value for businesses, not consumers, businesses. And maybe it's not 5K, maybe it's like 1,000 a month. Amazing. 1,000 a month, $1,000 a month, they never churn. That's 12K a year per client. You get 100 of them, you can spend $1 million a year for a decade and you will still have 1 million coming in again. That is really what we've been that's my vision. That's why we're trying to race to building these AI employees. That's why we're building the skills. That's why we're building data. That's why we're building it as a workspace so that every workspace remembers everything, right? And then
Hmm.
AI is going to go build on these functionalities based on the like this is really the true generational wealth play. And that's
Gotcha.
kind of like to you, like so you can think multiple steps. Don't just think as to how to run your business. I like think about, you know what? These things are doing so they're creating so much value for me. And you probably know 5 other people you could just say, hey, this is the agent I have. Do you want it? Yeah, of course I want it. Let's go. Okay, perfect. That's it.
Got it. No, that's top tier stuff. Thank you so much, Serge.
Yeah, cool.